Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. General Hospital spoilers. Willow brings a reckoning to the many men in her orbit. Who will be spared? General Hospital spoilers indicate Willow Tate Can is ready to shower fire down upon anybody who goes in the way of her goal to bring her kids Wiley and Amelia Corinthos back with her. Michael Corinthos isn't going to know what hit him when Willow is done conspiring to wreck his life the same way that she has done to Drew Kane. Of all, it would appear far too suspicious if Michael were to be shot or suddenly have a stroke. Instead, Willow believes Michael will take the blame for shooting Drew, and that she will be done with both of them in one fell swoop. Feeling emboldened after she successfully was pronounced not guilty of shooting Drew and then still managed to put him to a hospital bed as a vegetable, Willow faces the danger of overestimating her capacity to stick it to her ex. Rumor has it Drew and Michael won't be the only fatalities. 2. Drew is down for the count. This week's promo promises Drew is going to be stunned. I have to believe that has more to do with comprehending how he ended up this way, and that it was all Willow's doing than anything else. He'll have to confront reality about the lady he married, and that she's been lying to him the entire time. He's not going to gain any more information than she puts up on her own choice, and asking questions is, well, out of the question. Prepare for Drew to take on the role of helpless victim this week. Michael is teed up to lose. Willow confessed openly that she asked Michael for peace, and now she feels it's time for something stronger. Will she try to blackmail him by stating she will throw Tracy in for breaking and entering and burglary until he comes clean about shooting Drew? It's hardly probable that Michael will yield to such a threat, and Tracy would never allow him. Besides, Marty Gray would have to collaborate for Tracy to go down for that, and something tells me he's not going to. But does Willow have other things in mind with the key Tracy used to break into Drew's place? No one is spared. There's one other person in Willow's life who has been nothing but a rock for her. Harrison Chase has been her fiercest champion, defending her to everyone who tried to imply she was guilty. When Chase returned to jail to visit Willow months ago, we could sense something was simmering between them, even if it was one-sided. Might Willow have formed some feelings for her ex that she plans to act on? If Chase stays loyal to wifey Brooklyn Quartermain, how will Willow react? Watch your back, Chase. Do you imagine Willow getting away with what she has done? General Hospital spoilers. Carly becomes the next hostage victim at Windemere. General Hospital teasers for the week of February 9th to 13th reveal that Carly Spencer may become the next hostage victim at Windemere. The daytime drama recently published its weekly peak, and there's a critical sequence that takes place during the commercial that signals there's danger on the horizon for Carly. Valentine Cassadine is pictured sprinting down the steps of Carly's house, while he's heard shouting that he's heading to Windemere. It's almost like he's just overheard a conversation that demands haste. So will Jack Brennan mistakenly tell Carly something? Maybe Valentine overhear a talk Brennan had in another room, while on the phone. Is this about Anna Devane or someone else? Either way, Valentine's voice in the commercial feels urgent, which could only suggest two things. Either Charlotte Cassadine is in peril, or Anna needs rescue. Regardless, when Valentine proclaims his departure to Windemere, Carly interjects by assuring him that he's not going anywhere. Rather, she's traveling to Spoon Island to check what's going on. As Carly explains this, a scene is shown as she arrives at the spooky home. Jen Sidwell appears at the door and seems caught off guard to see Sonny Corinthos' ex-wife standing before, while Carly flashes him a grin. Carly has a brave, can-do mentality when it comes to any perilous circumstance, and always goes into these situations far over her head. Heading to Windemere to obtain information from Sidwell is no exception. Without understanding exactly what type of data Carly is seeking, Sidwell isn't someone that anybody can play mind games with. If he even suspects that Carly understands a little piece of the study he is going on in the catacombs, he'll go to great means to silence her. It also doesn't help that Carly is Sonny's ex-wife, and Sidwell knows that while they may not be married anymore, the blonde is very close to the mafia leader, not to mention Jason Morgan. Could Carly become the next hostage victim that Sidwell tosses into a jail cell in the tunnels? A lot can happen in 5 days, and Sidwell might grasp the chance of holding Carly captive to use her as leverage against Sonny and possibly Jason. 2. If Sidwell finds wind of Jason and Dr. Britt Westbourne's secret encounter during the snow, he may use Carly against Jason. This may also be a chance for Sidwell to illustrate to Britt that Carly always comes first in Jason's life, a thorn in the side of her infatuation with the henchman. Following all, the day following the storm, Lucas Jones made a statement to Marco Rios about Britt completing the walk of shame back to her room at Bobby's. Sidwell and Ross Cullum know how close Jason and Britt are, so all it takes is for Marco to inform Sidwell at the right time, and Carly might find herself in a pickle of a predicament. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Carly regularly goes into perilous situations without contemplating the implications, only for Jason and Sunny to bail her out. Will this be another case where this happens? General Hospital spoilers Tuesday, February 10th. Lucy's revenge. Alexis tips off Jason. Carly's risky offer. Davis-sister clash. On the next GH, Carly will propose Valentine, while Lucy has a vengeance plan for Ava. Jason is tipped off by Alexis, and Molly fights with her sister, Christina. General Hospital teasers for Tuesday, February 10th. Hint to some bombshells up next in Port Charles. Carly Spencer will propose Valentine Cassadine, while Lucy Coe will construct a scheme of retribution where Ava Jerome is the target. Plus, Jason Morgan gets warned off by Alexis Davis, and the Davis girls quarrel again. Key points: Carly propositions Valentine. Lucy has revenge on the brain. Jason gets tipped off. It's Davis sister versus Davis sister as Molly and Christina clash. Carly Spencer's offered General Hospital spoilers for Tuesday, February 10th, suggests that Carly will make Valentine an offer. It appears like Carly will attempt to convince Valentine to allow her to go to Windemere in quest of intel in his place. After all, this week's GH trailer does show Carly informing Valentine that she'll leave, and then shows her arriving at Spoon Island, only to be welcomed by Jen Sidwell. During a preview trailer for February 10th, Carly tries to reason with Valentine, telling him, "There's one reason for you not to do it." Will she remind Valentine that if he gets caught, he'll surely never see Charlotte Cassadine again? Speaking of Sidwell, Lucy is frothing at the mouth for retribution, and her showdown with Ava during Tuesday's episode won't help. Ava is shown telling Lucy, "Jen's wanted an upgrade, and he got it." This statement won't bode well for Ava when Lucy cooks up a scheme to bring her down. Jason Morgan gets tipped off across town. Alexis tips off Jason. But what precisely does the lawyer tell him? Could this be about Willow Kane shooting Drew Kane, or something else? With that stated, in the promo trailer for the February 10th program, Jason has a moment with Sonny Corinthos. He tells his mafia boss bestie, "I feel like I could have done more." It sounds like he feels bad about the predicament Anna Devane is in, but can Sonny and Jason figure out a way to help her? Elsewhere, Jason's son, Danny Morgan, will get a bit inventive. Does this have something to do with Charlotte? Will Danny organize a romantic surprise? Davis sister versus Davis sister. Over to the Davis girls. General Hospital teasers for February 10th hint that Christina Corinthos Davis and Molly Lansing Davis will brawl. In the GH teaser for Tuesday, Molly is shown sarcastically thanking Christina for tanking her romance with Cody Bell. How will Christina respond? Meanwhile, Cody will receive an unusual perspective from Tracy Quartermain. In fact, in Tuesday's trailer, Tracy informs Cody, "What happens in real life is up to you." From the looks of it, Tracy will try to comfort Cody that Molly's novel may have the male protagonist appearing a touch silly, but Cody doesn't have to stay loyal to that character. Cody can absolutely build a happy ending for himself and Molly if he fluffs off his damaged ego. Finally, Lucas Jones will be a part of the February 10th episode, but it's unknown who he'll share scenes with. The GH trailer shows him at the courts as he questions someone. What do you know about Marco's business? What storyline are you most looking forward to seeing during the Tuesday, February 10th episode? Comment your ideas below. General Hospital exclusive. Caitlin McMullen previews the twist that could leave, spoiler, collateral damage, of a master manipulator. Talk about a reversal of fortune. Last week saw General Hospital's Willow pull the proverbial rug out from under Drew. How? By informing her handicapped spouse that she was the one who had placed 2 gunshots into his back. But what if the biggest bombshell is still to come, and is Drew's to tell, if and when he's able to do so? How would Willow respond were her spouse to conjure up the will to speak 3 tiny words? "I always knew." We threw that scenario at Caitlin McMullen to elicit her reaction. "That's a good theory," she said coyly. Much too clever at the game to let slip whether we genuinely exposed the story's next phase. I wonder how Willow would feel, she mused. I don't think she would be surprised, the actress said. If Drew had known all along that she pulled the trigger but kept quiet in order to continue framing Michael, it would make a twisted kind of sense. In what way? It isn't about love, McMullen added. It isn't about Drew and Willow, no matter what he's claimed in the past. It's about leveraging anything and everything from Willow's background to get back at Michael. It's all about Drew finding methods to promote his own goal, to obtain revenge. Unfortunately, that puts Willow in an unfathomable position. She's kind of beholden to him, because he's a very powerful person, moans the terrified damsel's portrayer. As long as his vendetta against Michael is stronger than anything else, she's basically collateral damage. No matter how things play out, McMullen said she has been loving every second of the ride. It's been so exciting, she said. Even before we found out that Willow pulled the trigger, I wondered if she might have done it. But I definitely wasn't anticipating her to stab him with a hypodermic needle. Her reaction upon finding out what Willow was about to do. All right, she recalled with a giggle. Here we go. General Hospital possible new couples. Who will be with who? Shakeups are underway in Port Charles. General Hospital is shaking up some couples. Some may stay strong while others may break apart and move on to another love. We never know how things will turn out in Port Charles, although there have been some signs. Key takeaways: Rick is once again attempting to pursue Elizabeth. But Dante may also be interested in the GH head nurse. Dante might possibly reunite with Brooklyn while Chase continues to be Willow's puppy dog. Carly and Valentine may be the surprise coupling of the century. With Maxie returning, she, Spinelli, Lulu, and Nathan will have significant challenges. Elizabeth and who? It is absolutely time for Elizabeth to find love. Her romance with Lucky went nowhere, and she has to move on. The obvious choice is Rick. The man has been in love with her for decades, and now that he seems to have mended his ways, it may be their time. The head nurse has accepted her ex's dinner offer. This may be the first of many, and they may finally live happily ever after. Unless someone fresh is competing for Liz's attention. She and Dante had a lovely talk at the hospital lately. It was only a discussion. But we know that GH occasionally starts a new love tale as simply as that. Will two guys be battling over Elizabeth? Dante, Brooklyn, Chase. Willow. Dante and Elizabeth may never be, since he should be with Brooklyn. It is time for her to be done with Chase, who has plainly never gotten over Willow. Those two deserve each other, and it is only a matter of time before BLQ understands this and kicks him out. Brooklyn and Dante can unite over their kid, Gio, and reignite their adolescent passion. She needs someone who loves her and is not yearning for his ex. Carly and Valentine. This is a coupling we never saw coming. There was never any love lost between Carly and Valentine. But things have changed. They are working together against Brennan, and she is letting the released Valentine hide out in her house. The two are spending time together and becoming closer. It sure appears like love is brewing. One plus for Carly is that a romance with Valentine would upset Nina. After all, she used to be with Valentine. Although many fans wish this coupling doesn't happen. Some want Valentine back with Anna and Carly back with Sunny. Maxie is returning this week, and we can't wait. Little does she realize that her husband Nathan has returned from the dead. This may create a strain in her relationship with Spinelli and the family they have formed together. Another difficulty is that Nathan and Lulu have been falling for each other while Maxie has been in a coma. Those who are Team Spinelli hope that Maxie stays with him and joyfully lets her BFF take Nathan. But we all know that is too simple. Drama will undoubtedly occur. Who would you like to see together when things change in Port Charles? General Hospital finally reveals the father of Portia's unborn baby. The Port Charles snowstorm is over on General Hospital, but the goings on the week of February 9th to 13th are still sure to give viewers chills. Portia's baby daddy revealed the great news is that at long last Portia is ready to take the paternity test that will disclose the father of her unborn kid. You'll recall, of course, that the nominees are her estranged husband, Curtis, and her current lover boy, Isaiah. Since the issue has caused a large breach between Portia and daughter Trina, it makes fitting that it's the younger lady who asks the $1 million question. Who's the baby's father? When Portia reveals the results of the test, what do you think they will be? Carly sticks out her neck on the other end of the canvas. Valentine says that he's going to snoop around Windemere as part of his and Carly's strategy to take down her boo, Brennan. Since Valentine is a fugitive, though, Carly determines that it would be a better idea if it was she who went on the perilous expedition. Gotta give the schemer credit, too. Her idea is sounder than Valentine's. Carly can always use visiting brother Lucas as an explanation for the drop-in. Carly and Valentine talked, and were interrupted while drinking coffee. Carly, Spencer, and Valentine talked how fortunate they were not to have been discovered when Jack unexpectedly visited during the snowstorm. However, when Val stated he was coming to Windemere, Carly worried, afraid he may get caught again since she couldn't execute their plan to take down Jack by herself. Using the daughter card, claiming she didn't want to be the one to notify Charlotte Cassadine of his death, Carly convinced Valentine to rethink. Later, Carly answered the door to an unfamiliar guy. He identified himself as Cullum and indicated that her connection with Jack was diverting her lover from focusing on locating Valentine Cassadine, which should be Jack's major priority. Cullum then explained that Jack had gotten unsettling news regarding his colleague, Anna Devane, who had undergone a mental collapse during a WSB assignment. Carly told Valentine about Cullum's visit and Anna's crisis. Carly found it hard to believe Anna would act that way, and Cullum made a veiled warning, hinting that anybody may crack under pressure. After Cullum went, Carly summoned Valentine back downstairs to alert him about Anna's claimed mental breakdown. Knowing who Cullum was, Valentine promptly stated that he was lying. Acting as Anna's relatives, he called the French institution using a burner phone. He added Anna had a mental episode and was saying Caesar Faison was alive and had held her captive. Carly pondered whether this was a WSB cover tale. Valentine doubted the WSB coordinated it, but thought they were culpable for Anna's trauma and swore to hold the organization responsible. Lucy was shocked to see Ava with Jens. Lucy surprised Jens at Windemere with a picnic breakfast, only to find him comfortable with Ava Jerome on the couch during an online art auction. Since she didn't have enough food for all three, Jens went to ask the chef for more, allowing the two women to trade comments about art, real estate, and more. They kept bickering over Ava's connection with Nicholas Cassadine, Lucy's marriages, Ava's criminal history, and how Ava grew closer to Jens in months, while Lucy had been waiting for a year. When Jens returned, he noticed the tension between them. Lucy sat on the couch grinning as Ava made an excuse to depart and focus on the bidding. Jens shut Lucy down about his consorting with the lunatic. Alone with Lucy, Jens inquired what occurred while he was gone, and Lucy moaned that she couldn't bite her tongue longer and wanted to relay the sordid story about that lunatic he was with. Jens cut her off, stating he knew about the skeletons in both Ava's and Lucy's closets, and thought if Lucy received a second chance, so should Ava. Lucy, refusing to be around Ava, demanded Jens choose between them. When he declared he didn't take ultimatums from anyone, even someone he cared about, Lucy chose to leave. As she put on her coat, Jens inquired if she wanted to take her picnic basket, and Lucy replied that he could be hungry because Ava always left people wanting. Emma tearfully briefed Gio. As Jocelyn dropped him back from France, Emma briefed Gio Palmieri on what transpired and feared the doctor couldn't assist her grandma with her PT. Emma had believed her grandma was strong, but now she wailed because Anna was frantic and crazy, fearing Faison was pursuing her too. Nothing worked as she tried to quiet Anna, leaving her feeling forlorn. Jocelyn Jacks arrived unexpectedly and inquired why Emma was angry. Emma detailed the scenario with her grandmother's WSB mission and Anna's story of being kidnapped by Caesar Faison, which drew Jocelyn's attention. Jocelyn inquired if Britt and Nathan's reappearance provoked Anna. Jocelyn inquired if Emma felt Britt Westbourne and Nathan West's reappearance provoked Anna, and Emma indicated there was a possibility. Jocelyn then inquired if Anna had seen Faison, but Gio halted the inquiry as Emma was distraught after just arriving home. Understanding the message, Jocelyn said farewell, and once in the corridor, she picked out P.K. Sinclair's novel The Crystalline Conspiracy from her handbag. Emma then informed Gio she had talked to her grandfather, Robert Scorpio, while in France. Emma revealed she had to go to California to tell her mother in person. Then to France. Emma revealed she was prepared to go to California to tell her mom about Anna, then fly back to France with Robin Scorpio Drake. Gio, her supportive boyfriend, vowed to wait for her return. After Emma repacked her luggage and got ready for the airport, Gio volunteered to accompany her to reciprocate the generosity she and Anna had given him after his life fell apart at the nurses' ball. Emma wanted to be tough and insisted she could handle it alone, as her mom and grandparents would. But during their hug, she confessed her dread, and Gio swore they would face whatever happened together. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.